Alright guys, here we go. Welcome to this YouTube video on my channel. Today we'll be going through my round 17 tips. Please enjoy this video as at the end of my tips videos, just before I end it, I will be opening these 3 packs of footy cards. Here we go. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get stuck into it. Starting off on Thursday night between the North Melbourne Kangaroos and the Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. Now, look. The Dogs, they've won 3 in a row. They're just a stronger team. North Melbourne, I don't think they put up a fight here. Because look at the ladder. They've recently got smashed by Hawthorn. And again, playing against Richmond, the Dogs. They're a strong side, the Bulldogs, and they should go surge up even further in the top 8. So there's no chance that I can see North Melbourne winning this game. Even though that Marvel Centre ends in North Melbourne hunger, but I think the Dogs are going to be too good. So I am going to say the Western Bulldogs to get this done by 52 points. And the big call is the Dogs will lead by, let's say, 42 points at halftime. On to Friday night's game between Carlton and Collingwood. Wow, this is going to be a big game. It's a Carlton home game, but not really, though, because Collingwood, they're far on top of the table. They're 10 points clear. 52 plays Brisbane Lions 42, for where they separate first and second. Look, Carlton, thank God Michael Voss is safe. For now, because I thought they're going to sack him after their absolute disgusting performance against Port Adelaide last week at the Adelaide Oval. Luckily, I did not tip Carlton, otherwise I would have got it wrong really bad. But look, Collingwood there should be a strong team, and coming off a win against West Coast, which have been improving, I'll get to them in the next game, because it's Eagles and Giants next game. But I expect the Pies to get this done at the MCG. So let's say the Pies to get this done. I'm going to say Collingwood to get this done by 22 points. And the big call is Jamie Elliott to kick the last 2 goals of the game. Another Friday night game, but this time we're flying to Perth between the West Coast Eagles and the GWS Giants. West Coast, they did have a gallant fight against the Pies, but just could not get it done. With no Waterman, that was actually not bad of a performance by the Eagles. I did not find the game as boring as shit. But you never know if the Giants will step up to the game. I think they should be able to get the job done because they're just a stronger team. There's no way I can see the West Coast Eagles win this game. So, Giants coming off a win against Gold Coast, like last week. Is it last week? I'm not sure if it's last week. Yeah, last week. Yeah, I was right. So I'm going to say the Giants to get this done in this game because, look, they're just a strong team. Let's say the Giants to get this done by 44 points, and the big call is Jesse Hogan kicks at least 5 goals. The next game is between the Essendon and Gold Coast at Marvel Stadium. Now, obviously, everyone should know what happened last year. Please take a look at this. It's the McAndrew after the siren goal.
Siren sounds. McAndrew to deliver a Gold Coast away victory and finish Essendon's season to a chorus of boos. McAndrew from directly in front drives a dagger into Essendon hearts. The Gold Coast have an away win, and the Bombers' season could be done. They're jumping from everywhere. The Gold Coast, amazing scenes. McAndrew is the hero.
Damn, that was crazy as shit. Oh my god. Now look, the Bombers, it's at Marvel Centre, they've lost 4 in a row, coming off against the Gold Coast Suns, who jumped back into the top 8 after a after a win over Melbourne, after the coming off day's shit start ever, 37-1. That is just horrible. I think I'm gonna tip the Suns to get this done, as Gold Coast, they're just a stronger team than Essendon. If Essendon wants to break their 4-game losing streak, they'll have to play their absolute best against the red-hot Gold Coast, which has been improved for the whole year. Probably, who knows, Gold Coast could drop. So I'm going to say the Suns to get this done by, let's go 26 points, and the big call Mac Andrew kicks at least 2 goals. The next game is between Geelong and Richmond at Teamcoach Footy Stadium. Now, I will be heading down the highway to watch that game. Here we go, boys. Let's absolutely thump them. Look, Richmond, they're just a bad team. Seriously, they just lost to Adelaide by like 68 points. I tipped them to win, tipped the Crows to win by 63. I was actually 5 points off, so that's actually not bad of a tip. So that's Teamcoach Footy Stadium. Last year, when those two teams met, Richmond did put on a good fight, but obviously the Cats were just too good at the home deck. Won by 30 points last year. We played them. I expect the Cats to get this done because at home and coming off a absolutely horrible home game whiteout loss to Brisbane 2 weeks ago, because we had to buy last week. So I expect the team to recover and get this job done. I'm going to say the Cats to get this done by 50 points. The big call is Stengel kicks at least 4 goals. On to Saturday night's games between the Lions and the Power. That's one of them. It's at the Gabba now. Brisbane. They're 10 points behind Collingwood, but they should be able to get the job done. Because, look, Pyrelade, this could be an interesting game, though. Because Pyrelade, they're rising up now, because after they thumped Carlton last week, they're like 2 games out of the gate. And, however, the percentage between the Power and the Giants and the Suns, it's a big one. It's at least 19 away from Giants, sorry. And look, they'll have to win. They have to keep on winning, and hopefully Gold Coast and Giants can drop. So, but look, it's at the Gabba. Brisbane premiers last year, so they should be able to get the job done. I'm going to go the Lions to get this done by let's go 33 points, and the big call is Charlie Cameron kicks at least 3 goals. The next game is another game at Marvel Stadium. So for the second round the last one's of round 11. We have 2 games in a day at Marvel Stadium. I went to round 11's Blues and Giants and Northern Collingwood. These 3 games I went to. They were all games both games at Marvel Stadium, and obviously one at the Hawthorn line where I did the transportation. Now, Hawthorn coming off an impressive win over North Melbourne. They smashed them by 85 points. Should we have to get this job done, the Hawks, because the Saints, they were gallant last week in Perth, but they just can't get the job done. And I can see Cardi, his frustration really says it all. But you can't really... it's the Saints home game, but you can't rule out Hawthorn. They're just a good team. So I expect the Hawks to get this done in this game. I'm going to say the Hawks to get this done by, I'm going to make it this is going to be a close one, because the Saints should be able to put on a good fight. So I'm going to say by 15 points, and one of the big call is the game will not go over 40 points, because St Kilda's got to hopefully put on a fight. The next game is between Sydney and Fremantle at maybe not the SCG, because according to Fox Footy, I just saw the news. Fremantle boss reveals that the AFL are now talking about moving moving this game between the Swans and the Dockers away from the SAG into another place, probably Optus Stadium. Because there are no other games at Optus, because West Coast already played at Optus Stadium on Friday night. But look, this is gonna be an interesting game, because look, Fremantle, they're in the top 6, but look, Sydney, lots of people are gonna tip Sydney. Oh. A lot of people tip Sydney according to ESPN. Footy tips 60% to 40%, but look, the Swans, they did have a gallant a performance against the Dogs last week. I was watching the game at school formal when we were having a meal and dancing, because I danced just a bit, then I stopped because I was really tired. When the game got really close, I stopped dancing and I popped my phone out and have watch the remainder of the game. It was really close. Sydney's Hayden McLean last week should have kicked the goal. Should have kicked the goal for 30 minutes and had to keep the Swans within the striking distance, but hit the post. Just pressure. I'm going to say the Dockers to get this done, though, because they've won 6 in a row. They should be going to 7 in a row if they can beat the Swans at the SCG as well. They were really gallant. It was a good game against the Saints. I was watching it after coming. I think I was watching it on the train when I was coming. Yeah, I was watching it on the train when I was coming back from the Melbourne Skydex last year. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Lighting was shit, by the way. So I'll see if I can improve it. Probably next one I might do is between Geelong and Port Adelaide at GMHPA. Another Melbourne Skydex stream. So I'm going to say the Dockers to get this done by... Let's say by 11 points, and the big call is Fremantle kicked the last 2 goals of the game. Last game is between Adelaide and Melbourne at the Adelaide Oval. Honestly, geez, they're just no good. They were getting smashed by Gold Coast, but they did make a good fight back, only to just fall short by 19 points. Now, Adelaide have recorded that impressive win over the Tigers, despite Jordan Budds getting punched in the back by Tom Lynch. Tom Lynch should be suspended for more than 5 weeks. If you guys have any opinions, please leave them in the comments and let me know your opinions of how many weeks should Tom Lynch be suspended for. So at the Adelaide Oval, Adelaide play really well there at the Adelaide Oval. They have a strong team. They play really well. I expect the Crows to get this done, and I'm going to tip them. I'm going to say the Crows to get this done by 31 points, and the big call. Tex kicks at least 4 goals. Oh, wait, sorry. Ben Keys and Tex Walker kicks 4 goals combined. Alright, tips are done. Let's get these footy cards opened and done. Here we go. Pack 1 out of 3. Oi! Got Fox. I'll show you all the cards. McGovern, Taranto, and I got Merritt. They're not bad, eh? And they got these Sean or Thilthorpe. Got BNF as well. Caleb Sarong. Plus Jeremy Cameron, the fantasy forecast. Come on. Not a bad one. Pack 2 out of 3. Here we go. Sam Collins. Way. That's not bad. And then we got Clayton Oliver, the D's player. Eric Gordon. Waiters. Horn Francis as well. It's not bad. Then there's that Matt Rao. Good on him. Alright, 2 down, 1 to go. Let's open the third and final one. Oh, Kelawinky. Liam Ryan. I think most of them are double up, so they could be shit. Rankin. Warple. And because most of them already have Perkins. Rankin. Oh, hey, gone. And they got Cripps as well. Come on. Alright guys, that's going to do it for my footy tips. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for everyone who tuned in my live streams and watch all my videos. And I'll see you in another YouTube video. Alright? Thank you all for watching. See you again in another video.